The old world is upon us, and with it, base changes. And I know these are the news that most people didn't want to hear, but it is what it is. 20mm are gonna become 25mm, and horse size bases are gonna be different. We don't know what is going to happen with many units, but one thing is clear: we're gonna have to adapt. Today I'm gonna show you how you can change bases on individual miniatures to bigger bases. The first thing that you're gonna need is the miniatures that you're going to work on and the bases that you're gonna change them into. From the information that we have from Games Workshop, we know that 20mm are gonna disappear, and the new base size for those miniatures is going to be 25mm. Even though most of us don't want to change base sizes, changing from a smaller size to a bigger size is not a big problem. So I'm okay with it. Aside from the miniatures and the bases, we are going to need some tools and materials. So let's see what those are. For the scary part, which is getting rid of the old base, we're gonna need some nippers, a sharp cutter, and a file. Depending on the materials of old bases or new bases, you are going to need either plastic glue or super glue. And for some touch-ups here and there, if needed, you're gonna have to have some sculpting tools and some kind of sculpting putty. Regarding the tools, you can always use, instead of those, a rotary power tool like this one. An obvious caveat of using that is the control that you can exert on it, so I think that using nippers is sometimes the safest option. The first step is, with your nippers, cutting the lips of the base, over here and over here. This is a very straightforward process for miniatures that are made of plastic, because they are glued directly to the base, but in case like mine over here, which is an all metal witch elf, we have a problem. But we're gonna deal with this later. So now that I have cut all 4 corners, I'm gonna do this on this side. One of the corners, I'm gonna go a little bit further and I'm gonna cut it like this. That is gonna give me access to the rest of the lip. And once I remove the first one, then everything else comes very easily. This miniature, for instance, is made of plastic, so it's glued straight away into its 20mm base. There is no slot, so this is much more straightforward than the other one. For old school collectors, sacrificing this, which is the ID of the miniature, is something that most of the time we don't want to do. So wait a little bit and I'm gonna show you how to deal with this without breaking anything in the miniature. I'm gonna repeat the process with the goblin here. We're gonna end up with something like this. This is where the file comes into play. And now we're gonna file the base away. Very simple, just do this. How much you file down is up to you. If you are using plastic glue or green stuff to fix the sides, well, you don't need to file much. Or if you're using sand or texture paint to decorate the bases of your miniatures, that is going to do the job itself, because it's going to help you hide the jump between one base and the other. Now all we have to do is put glue on both bases, the one that we just cut and the one that we're gonna put the miniature onto. And because of the amount of space that we have now, we can even choose how to put this miniature on it. Having that little extra space is going to make it position the unit much easier. So this fella is ready. Plastic is very straightforward. Of course, if the base that you're gonna be using now is made of wood or maybe resin, then you have to use super glue, and the process is similar, but you cannot do this tweaking that I just did. But what about this lovely lady with a slotted base? Well, that's gonna be a little bit different. Let's see how I do it. Luckily for me, my stock of 25mm bases have already the lip in them, but it could also be the case that you don't have that. Well, I don't have any squares without a lip, but this one can serve its purpose. Either way, you're gonna have to either make a hole that is bigger or make a hole altogether to get that slot inside in there. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First of all, we need to file this so it fits the base properly. Okay, I'm happy on how she looks now. It's time to make that other base ready to accommodate this one. For the manual method, I'm going to make this hole bigger. I clip in both sides, over here and over here, and then I'm going to remove this tab. Now we're gonna clip here and here. And to make things easier, we're gonna go along this edge, making several small cuts so it's easier to remove later. If we don't like her being diagonally, then we still can cut a line that goes the way that we intend it to go. For instance, if I want her to go this way, I need to cut something that goes this way. Different size of files and your trusty blade are going to be all you need here. Not bad, eh? Of course, we can always do it with a power tool, which is much faster and easier. But you have to be very careful that you don't cut yourself. And just like before, plastic glue in both bases. Some pressure. And we're good to go. If you need to fill some of the gaps in your bases or you want to convert them a little bit, then a little bit of a sculpting putty is all you need. Get rid of the middle where both parts meet because that's already cured. This you don't want. And now it's time to knead the crap out of it. I want to put some putty all around the base so when I put the new sand it looks natural. I'm going to make a long roll sausage that I'm going to put around the old base. All that remains now is painting the base like I did with the old one, and we're ready to go. If you found this video useful, share, subscribe and like it. My name is Miguel, this has been Rush the Wars, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Un beso, adios.